What's going on, world? I go by the name of CA Revolution, CA Revolution, CA Revolution, CA Revolution, and this is React. This is React. Welcome to another episode, and today I want to talk to you about listening to yourself. Self has a way of speaking, and a lot of times we sweep our voice under the rug. We're afraid of what we have to say to ourselves because of insecurity or doubt, or sometimes we're afraid because we don't want to have to step into different responsibilities. But all in all, you have a way of speaking to yourself, and I want to encourage your voice within. So when you hear yourself speaking to yourself, do you actually acknowledge it? It's a question I actually have for you, and you can respond in the comments if you want. Do you acknowledge the voice that you hear within yourself? A lot of us, we do have that voice and it's kind of pulling on us in one way or another, but we've silenced that voice, or we've numbed that voice, or we've just completely learned to disregard that voice and ignore it. We drown it out by social media. We drown it out by relationships. We drown it out by substances. We drown it out because we don't want the trauma or the experience that comes with it. And sometimes, again, we don't want the responsibility that it's calling us to, that my own voice is calling me to. I'll give you an example. Recently, my body, and I'm not a workout person at all, but my body has been telling me I need you to exercise more. And I couldn't understand what this craving to do push-ups or to run was, because again, I'm not a workout person. It's not who I am or how I am. I've been blessed with metabolism, yes, but my body's been saying you have to work out more. And I couldn't figure out where this is coming from, but for about 3 months, I think I started to ignore it. Nope, quarantine body, I'm not about to go work out. I'm not going to the gym, so forth and so on. But finally, I feel like it's necessary for me to get out, and I do have to do at least a moderate workout because that's what my body is telling me to do. And I actually want to live, and I would like to be a limber old guy. That's what I want to be. Those are goals. What I learned is I have to stop ignoring my voice that's inside, and I have to begin to accept the responsibility of what my voice and what I'm telling myself, okay? So I just want to encourage you to start to listen to what you're saying to yourself. Sometimes you have to speak things into existence so that way silence doesn't drown out your voice. And what I mean by that is some of us actually do hear what our self is saying to us. It's difficult to accomplish that. So when it gets difficult, sometimes we can forget or suppress what self is saying to us. So what I encourage you to do, and what I had to start doing, is speaking it out loud. I've had to start looking in the mirror to begin to embrace this new identity that myself is calling me to. And I know that might sound crazy to some people, but you can call it a divine voice. You can call it whatever you want. I understand there's a voice of God that I hear, but there's also a practical side where I'm telling me you have to do better. You can do better. You should do better. The voice that's influencing you to do something that aligns with your purpose, that aligns with what you're called to do in this life. You're saying something to you for a reason, and you're saying something to you in some sort of method, whether it be dreams or visions or past ambitions and desires that maybe you had when you were younger, and all of a sudden they just come back, and now you want to paint again, now you want to draw again, now you want to write again, now you want to pursue a different hobby or career. Those things are aligned with your purpose, and you shouldn't shy away from them because it could give you that peace you need in order to get to the level of success you need also. Sometimes the responsibility that we think we're being called to, that we're afraid of, is just responsibility that we could easily accomplish. We just have to set our mind towards it. Sometimes we're afraid of the wrong things. Sometimes we're afraid to embrace responsibility when in fact we should be afraid to not embrace responsibility or to go with that journey. Sometimes the journey of accepting responsibility and self-discipline is way easier than we think because it's a mental shift. When I was working out, it was the difference between deciding that I was going to do it or not deciding that I was going to do it. It was an easy thing to do when I actually started. And I think that's why my body is telling me now you have to do it in a consistent way, because it's not something that's difficult to do. It requires 1, commitment, 2, time, 3, dedication. And after that, you're all good. Take a couple of minutes, just maybe 1 or 2 minutes a day, and watch what the difference is with 1 or 2 minutes a day to just inspire yourself, to inspire that voice inside you to speak out more, to begin to give it a little more volume and a little more volume. And once you do, you'll see how it works for you in volumes. Bars. I want you to forgive yourself for ignoring yourself. I understand life happens, and that's okay. You've ignored your own voice. You've ignored your purpose. You've ignored that peace that tells you what to do when it's right. You've ignored the responsibilities. I want you to forgive yourself for ignoring those things. And I want you to affirm yourself. Tell yourself, I have a voice. I hear my voice. I obey my God-given purpose and get to work. react. Listen, guys, I really want to get this content out. I would love if you would share the video, like, comment, subscribe, do everything you can to make sure this video gets out to someone like you, someone who needs this message. I really believe we have to listen to ourselves more, but I really want people to listen to me more too. Help me out. Thanks. Bye.
I did it, I went for a word and I got a sentence. I'm making my mark, my work is not finished. It's more than a movement, this life is imprinted. I'm just getting started, so far from the finish. So many hopes and dreams and wishes, I'm stacking my table and